Today is Tuesday, March the 6th, 2018, and this is a special edition of Three Hots and a Cot. This is about a nationwide manhunt that is going on as we speak. The person that we are looking for is Stephen Einspahr. Date of birth, July 7th, 1956. He is known as Stephen Sparr, S-P-A-R-R. On or about October 28, 2017, Einspahr had been convicted in Denver, in the District Court of Denver. He had been convicted in Arapahoe County District Court on charges of theft. He was involved in a scam that authorities were able to label that he had scammed over $250,000 from innocent victims, victims that he knew from real estate, victims that he knew from his church, victims that from all walks of life. He did not care. He took their money and disappeared. On or about October 27th, 2017, Einspahr failed to appear in court for sentencing. He had been convicted by a jury of his peers, and he was facing 16 years in the Department of Corrections. He was to appear for sentencing and obviously then be remanded to the custody of the sheriff in Denver County. Guess what? Einspahr fails to appear in court to face the sentence that was going to be handed down to him. After Einspahr failed to appear in court, his vehicle was found outside the home of two of his friends, one Greg Meckes and another Mike Mastretta. Both of the gentlemen were outside upon the arrival when Einspahr drove up. Both immediately acknowledged that Einspahr had told them that he had came over to hang out and drink Bloody Marys, which he often did. Both of Einspahr's friends stated that he talked about a vista that was an area, a mountain type area, a ridge behind the home. Einspahr had told both of his friends that that would be an ideal location if someone wanted to commit suicide or if they wanted to jump off of a mountain and cause their own death. After a brief discussion between the three individuals, it was then decided that Einspahr should fake his own death. On or about October 30th, 2017, the wife of Stephen Einspahr, Vicki Einspahr, called my office and spoke to one of my employees and said, "Don't worry about Stephen missing court. He is dead." On or about December 17th, 2017, one of our investigators went to a liquor store at Wadsworth and Chatfield. At that time, it was determined that the account of Stephen Einspahr had been used just days prior to that date. On February 6, 2018, our investigator was able to speak with Assistant Pastor Paul Hill of the Living Water Tabernacle Church. He stated that Pastor Jesse had been considering dismissing Vicki Einspahr from the church due to all the drama that she had recently brought to their church and its members by trying to convince everybody that Stephen was dead, and instead, Pastor Hill stated that he believes Stephen Einspahr is alive and well, and from numerous conversations, he knows that Stephen has a fondness for Las Vegas, Nevada. We believe at Bobby Brown Bail Bonds that Stephen Einspahr is indeed alive and well. His wife, Vicki, refuses to cooperate with us as far as providing any information that would be beneficial in locating her husband. She remains steadfast that he is dead. I personally believe that it is highly suspicious that Einspahr's own family bonded him out of jail, pledging their home, pledging enough collateral to support his bond, and knowing that when they were contacted by me personally, they said, forget about it. We're just going to file bankruptcy. You can't do that. You can't bond somebody out of jail knowing that you have a contractual agreement to make sure that that person makes his court date and that they do fulfill that obligation. And if they don't, in the back of your mind, you just say, I'm going to file bankruptcy. I believe that this case, this man right here, Stephen Einspahr, is a case that should be brought before a grand jury. Family members and especially Vicky Einspahr should be put on the stand and be asked the question, how do you know your husband is dead?